And most time people are bit by black widows is because they either stepped on it or they pinched it between their clothing. Yeah, jumping spiders make really good fur spiders. Just make sure that you're able to have a constant supply of appropriate size food items. This is a different female. I might be able to get her to eat right here. Hold on, don't get out. I just want you to eat. It done wrapped up the... It done wrapped up the tongues. No, it just bit that cricket, so that cricket's done. That cricket's done. Yeah, brown recluse are no joke. Although I haven't heard of any reported deaths from brown recluse. But what I do know for sure is that if a brown recluse bites you, it has the ability to take one of your limbs. The necrosis from it can actually take your arm or your leg from you. And that's for sure. They have like this signature bullseye shaped bite. Under a year. Yep, yeah. It will. It's the venom is necrotic. It'll take your extremities. That black widow is probably about 6 months. 6 months old. You have one too? Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, I raised that from a little tiny baby. Yeah, I don't like getting bit by stuff. I don't like getting bit by stuff. This is the old enclosure of the male that just passed away. So I will take his water dish out of here, but I'm going to be recycling this enclosure to something that I just feel deserves a bigger enclosure than what I have it in. I'm not going to do too much by switching out the substrate or none of that. I'm just going to gather up the substrate that has web on it, dispose of that. I could even left it in there. I want to try to get as much of his pheromones out of here as possible, just so the other spider can be comfortable. I'm going to just would you call this, like if you're in your garden, you're tilling the soil. So I'm just going to do this, do a little bit of this. Let's move it around so it can feel like a new home. Let it do what it wants to do once it gets in here. Put down this little bush right there, little fake plants. I used to do only live plants in my tarantula enclosures, but it came a hassle with the LED lighting. The tarantula is basically webbing over the plants that you put in there, killing the plants. So the water is waiting for this one. I had some brown widows, but I actually sold them not too long ago. Is it? Definitely not. But I mean, as for the breeds that are deemed aggressive, I'll handle. Yeah, black widows aren't no joke to get bit by, that's for sure. Like, I've heard of people dying from it when they are like compromised immune system and stuff like that. Like, overall, if you're like really healthy, I don't think you should die from it. Like, you may have some complications. How do I get back? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a new tarantula in this one. I was actually thinking about putting these different Balfouris that I have in here. You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna put a Balfouri in here. I told y'all that I was gonna show you a Balfouri too. So let me put a Balfouri in here. Ooh, let me not hit my camera. Ooh, I'm glad it didn't fall off. So before I disturb her webbing, I want to at least show you her. This is Monocentripus balfouri. This tarantula that I was mentioning to you, basically saying that they're one of the only true species of communal tarantula that can actually live together. They're an old world tarantula, so they have medically significant venom. They do not have urticating hairs. But if this tarantula bites you, you will more than likely be taking a trip to the hospital. She may be hungry. Let's see. Oh yeah, she's hungry. Cricket got away. Let's try a dubia roach. These dubia roaches are really smart though. They'll stay still and try to play possum. Yeah, blue legs. Socatra blue. That's their name. I wonder if I turn this light on now, would it give you a better... It was that cricket. This used to be my favorite species of baboon until I started having and breeding a species that is called... So before I Before I rehouse that species, I want to show you the one that's my favorite. This is my favorite species of baboon. Yes, the golden, the golden blue-legged baboon. This is my favorite. This is my favorite baboon species by far. What do you think about those blues? This is my favorite species of baboon. They're amazing. Just love their coloration. Yeah, she's so beautiful. Like, I love all different species of tarantula, but this is my favorite species of baboon. Like, literally my favorite. And they're sexually dimorphic. So I may be able to get her to breed with this male. Let me see. He may breed, he may not breed. This is the male though. He's beautiful, but he's not as beautiful as the female. Hopefully I can breed him. He bred my other female. I want to breed him with as many females as I can before he dies. He probably has about 8 months left of life, if that. He's playing though. She has her leg on him. He needs to have his leg on her. He's playing a dangerous game. She will eat him quickly. Okay, y'all are witnessing a breeding. Check that out. Don't eat them. Let them breed. She's being pretty aggressive. He's going in for it though. Yeah, so he's getting her right now. He's getting her good. That makes me happy. How do I know which one's which? So this is the female. That's the male. Female is significantly thicker and bigger than the male. The male is more of a leggier. Yeah, he's calming her down for sure. It's like, just come here. He's doing a good job too. This is a successful pairing. Thank you for the likes. And so another way to know which one's the mature male is the mature male has boxing gloves on his front pedipalps. When he matures out, he has boxing gloves called his eboli or emboli. No problem. Thank you. I appreciate you supporting the channel. And so this is the male on this side. He's holding her up with his hooks, his fang hooks, So he's holding her fangs in place. These two legs right here, 1 and 2. That's holding her fangs up so she can't attack him. Yeah, so he's inseminating her. Her lady parts are called the epigastric furrow. So he basically inserts his emboli into her epigastric furrow and deposits his man juices, which inseminates her and fertilizes her eggs that she will potentially carry. So it's not 100% that each pairing, even if he inseminates her, will be successful. I've had some females who will be paired, be receptive, and then molt. And when she molts, she basically sheds all of the seed that he put into her. So he's taking his sweet time, but he's doing a good job. No, this would be her first time being paired. She just recently made the age of being mature. She just started releasing pheromones. So as you see now, he's escaping. He's going to be looking for his enclosure. I need to go ahead and bring his enclosure over here so that he doesn't run into the blue baboon that I put to the sides enclosure. So he's finished. Hopefully I can get him just to go into his enclosure without any problems. She's stuck in a trance, which also happens with the Socotra Island Blue. After they've been bred, the females tend to be in a trance where they're not moving, just staying still. And she is currently in that trance. So that just adds more positive signs that this was a successful pairing, and that I should be expecting some baby blue-legged golden baboons very shortly. So she's just coming out of her trance. Yeah, I've had tarantulas get loose before. I remember one time I was asleep and my girl, she had woke up like screaming my name on the top of her lungs. So I hop out of bed and I come up in there, and in the middle of the floor is one of my humongous African arboreal tree spiders that is venomous. It was in the middle of the floor. Oh, she was so mad. And so I just quickly got my catch cup and put it up. But yeah, that was a pretty interesting experience because it was out and I didn't even know it was out. And the only way I found that it was out was because she started screaming. And as she was screaming, I saw that it was real. It wasn't a it wasn't a drill. It was not a drill. She was so upset. And I don't blame her. Who wants to who wants to deal with that? It's a highly venomous tarantula. She doesn't like spiders. She likes the snakes. Thank you for the follow, She-Duke. Right. This species is one of my favorite New World species. Not my most favorite, but I just like how beautiful they are. Yeah, it's very fuzzy. This is called, let me get the name right. Okay. Tiltacotl abulosus. It recently had a name change. It previously was named Brachypelma albulosum. But its name change is now, yeah, it's a curly hair, also known as the Honduran curly hair. And so I just love how curly they are. They're just beautiful to me. Nothing too wild, very relatively docile. And this is a true Honduran curly hair. Yes, they throw hairs. They're New World, so they don't have medically significant venom. Their bite is probably equivalent to a bee sting, but they do have urticating hairs. I wonder if this light would make its colors pop just a little bit more. Very curly though. And this is a true curly hair. No, I've never been bitten by a tarantula. Amy, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Never been bitten by a tarantula. And I hope I don't ever get bit by a tarantula. Yeah, that's what I said. But I don't just go straight in. So what I'll do is, I'll put a little dubia roach in there. It wasn't showing me that it was hungry. So first thing I'll do is I'll go up in here and I'll get this water bowl. So that's going to disturb it a little bit. You see all this dirt that it's put into its water bowl. So I'll just go ahead and get that dirt out. Because I'll wash this, but for the time being, I'm not going to wash it. I'm just going to put it into the dirty bin. I have a bin that I'm putting all the dirty water dishes in. And then I'm going to do something like, and I'm going to rehouse this one. This one I'm going to rehouse into this enclosure. So you see I already have the new water dish in there. And what I'll do is, but I want to show you how I will test to see if it would allow me to pick it up. Right, you got to try to figure out the move first. So they have on the bottom of their carapace, which is their head, they have their fangs. Underneath their fangs is their mouth parts. Their mouth parts are called chelicerae. They use the chelicerae basically to drink the water. So if they have a water bowl, they'll just hover over the water bowl, use the chelicerae to drink the water. If they don't have a water bowl and they have damp substrate, they'll pick up the substrate with their fangs and just squeeze it and take the moisture out of the soil with the chelicerae. I personally don't like that. You know, so I want to offer them a water bowl. Just because, you know, who knows what's in the dirt. You can have mold, spores, you can have all different types of stuff. Okay, so that's a threat posture. That's letting me know I don't want to be bothered. And so I could ignore that and potentially be bitten. He just told me I don't want to be bothered. And so let's see. So I can try to see if she'll still let me hold her. I'm taking a risk now though. She just told me she doesn't want to be bothered. But I'm finna rehouse her, so. I need her to come out of this enclosure. Oh, she's kicking hairs everywhere. Oh no. So that's when you got to get your face out of there. You got to get your eyes out of there. You don't want those hairs in your eyes. Even though they're level 1 urticating hairs, you don't want those hairs in your eyes. You don't want to breathe them in. I wish I had my squirt spray gun, because I could have just sprayed those out of the air. That's what happens though. She told me she didn't want to be bothered. So I guess that's better than getting bit, right? Give me some hairs. She gave me a cloud of hairs too. I just don't want those getting in my eye. Thank you for the follow, Donna. They may be itching. I've been doing it for so long. It really doesn't hurt that bad, especially the level 1s. Now, if the bird eater would have kicked those hairs onto me, I can't even minimize it. It hurts, and it hurts for days. Is that Lias or is that ES? I think it's ES with 2 L's. ES, thank you for the follow. Charlie, thank you for the follow. Hopefully I won't be itching. My plan is not to be itching, but it may itch. I don't think that it will though. I've had these hairs put on me before. Again, they're level 1, so even if it did, it wouldn't be the worst. What is that? Angelique, thank you for the follow. Kimberly, thank you for the follow. So it's not the worst urticating hairs that you can have, although they can get pretty bad. So I'm glad that this tarantula is in a new enclosure. It's significantly bigger than the one that it just came out of. So hopefully it'll be a little bit more happier. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate you. So, you know, it's a little bit bigger. Has more room. Let me think. Now what do I want to bring out for you? I got a lot of cool stuff. Ooh, I got a really rare species that I want to show. I got a few rare species that I would like to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and put this girl up. Let me find the lid to her enclosure. Alright, I got that. This next species that I'm going to be showing you is really cool species in my opinion. I really like it. It comes from Mexico. It's relatively rare in the hobby. Alrighty. So here she is. I think she's beautiful. Let me see if I can get a little bit better lighting on her so you can see her colors a little bit better. This is called the Michoacan species black femur. Yeah, I can see that she needs to be cleaned, her enclosure. So when I'm doing maintenance, this is the type of stuff that I'm looking for. This is a chewed up roach that she spit out. That type of stuff has to go. Not only will it stink, it'll build up bacteria. This is her water. It's not looking too clean. It has to go. I don't like having stagnant, dirty water in my enclosures. I care about them, like if they're my dog or my cat. And not only that, who wants to drink dirty water? None of us, right? Bacteria grows in stagnant water, so it's best to clean the water as frequently as possible. She's a New World, so she does have urticating hairs. Thank you, Sunshine and Coyote. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for stopping by. Good to hear from you again. I'm glad you're doing well. Brenda, thank you for the follow. Yeah, it's warming up, that's for sure. It's warming up. I gotta keep the AC in proper working condition out here. Make sure nothing overheats. Thank you, Brenda. I think she's beautiful too. And no, Becky, their bite isn't poisonous. Their bite is venomous. Poisonous is something that you eat and makes you sick. Venomous is something that you are injected with that makes you sick. So kind of like venom or saliva. Venom being modified saliva with polypeptides and different mutated proteins. Smash next question. What do you mean? Smash next question. Do you have another question that you need answered? Or that you would like answered? Yeah, I like her colors too. She's really